do enough, but even the things we should have expected, Am Yisrael, the people of the state of Israel, stopped waiting for someone else to be the Medina, and they said, we are Am Yisrael. And UJA's 5-story headquarters for that work in Jerusalem, I can't tell you what it feels like to stand there and watch young people and old people show up, giving away things for free, bringing in things and coordinating disasters in the south and relocations from the north and pop-up community centers in En-Gedi and hotels for the survivors of Kibbutz Be'eri. We can't do it alone, but boy, are we doing a lot of it. So even if you are already among the most significant contributors to the work that we do, please understand that if you've got it, you have to give it, and now is the time. If I start sharing vignettes, I'll never be able to stop because I haven't begun processing my own trauma. And it's nothing because I went and came back. It's not nothing, but I should be humble about what I think I know. Our work is only the beginning of what is necessary. But one morning, not the morning we walked to the hotel, which saved my heart, but one morning, the group of rabbis I was with were blessed to sit with a survivor of the Shoah named Rena Quint. Some of you might know her. She's among the most eloquent human beings ever born. And she was telling her story, but as she did, she started talking about the new survivors. I know some of us are already starting to use that language, but it should be shocking. And a survivor of the Shoah talking about the survivors of Kibbutz Be'eri, Kibbutz Kfar Aza. We're survivors again. My eyes are a lot older than they were 2 months ago. Our children know way too much. And Rena was speaking about her experience and praising the volunteers showing up and the number of people shocked to see anyone visiting. We were davening next to the relocated survivors from Kibbutz Be'eri, right on the beach near the Dead Sea, and 2 women who had been swimming were wearing towels. They walked by in shock, because here were like a group of, first of all, an eclectic group of rabbis. We don't all daven the same way, but there we were about to daven, and they're like looking at us. What a humbling thing it was to say, Anachnu kfutza shel rabbanim, we're a group of rabbis, banu bishvil tmicha. We came to show support, and they burst into tears. So Rena was showing that, and then she talked about those taken into captivity. And she didn't know that she was talking about Hirsch Goldman Levin. But when she did, she talked about him in details that I wish we didn't all know. And she didn't know that the next people walking into the room were Hirsch's parents, Rachel and Jonathan, who lived in Berkeley, California, where I lived, moved to Richmond, Virginia, where my family lives, go to Camp Ramah in Atlanta for Passover, where we've been blessed to go. They were us. And she talked to them, and they talked to her, and I was sitting between them in this insane space. And their language is unlike any language we should ever know. They understand each other better than we should. And in their names, I now wear this necklace. I carry our children. I carry our grandparents. I carry our peace activists like my friend Vivian Silver from Kibbutz Be'eri, who we don't know how she's doing. It says, Libenu shavui, halev shalanu shavui ba'aza. Our heart is captive in Aza. I wear this next to the necklace my wife gave me with our children's names on it, because these are all our children. Until we don't need to wear it, we're going to be wearing this on our sleeves, in our eyes, in our hearts, and yes, in our work. Just about 22 years ago, I felt like I wasn't sure about the world I was bringing a child into, right after 9/11. So I wrote a song. It's about what the world needs. I know I've been speaking longer than I was supposed to, but I'm going to do just a drop more anyway. I'm a rabbi. It's what we do. This song, some of you know, it's called Olam Chesed Yibaneh. Some people misunderstand what chesed means. They hear the word chesed translated as love, and they can't understand how someone who sings this song thinks that this war is necessary. Well, they're misunderstanding what love means. They're misunderstanding what love demands. Until our children and parents and neighbors and teachers are free, until there is no threat of a repeat pogrom in the Jewish homeland, we will fight. The world won't like it, and we're going to keep on fighting until we don't have to anymore. And we should never worship the weapons they are forcing us to become skilled at. But we will be skilled at it. What choice do we have? The Torah these weeks tells us that you go to war to save your family. Avram does it for Lot. The Torah this coming week will tell us that you make sure to have a legal arrangement for your property because goodwill is fickle. The Torah feels way too current. So I'm going to ask you to dig deep and to envision a world that's a hell of a lot better than the one we have right now. Safer for the Jewish community, safer for communities. And when someone tells you that there's no need for this fighting, just look at them in the eyes and say, don't Jews deserve dignity too? Shouldn't this world be built with love for us too? We show up for everyone. Show up for us. And in this room, we are blessed to have some interfaith clergy partners. I'm so blessed to have you here. So I'm going to ask you to do what Neshama has taught us to do. I've needed her to teach me this a lot this month. Believe in something that you can't see yet. Sing until you can't sing anymore, and then keep singing. So if you know this song, sing, but please don't sing it like a song. This is not a description of the world. It's a prayer for how the world ought to be. And make a promise. It took someone as old as Rena Quint to recognize that it is time to make a promise again. Make the promise with me. Take good care of yourselves and do something for this world, and do it from love. Fierce love. It's what we need. Give yourself the gift of knowing that you've got it inside. Let's pray.